Hey everybody, it's Sonia Sage from the Sage Sun and UK Spiritual Hour, and I'm about to start one of my chakra challenges. So it's going to be a 7-day heart chakra challenge. It's free, it's on my app space, and it begins on Monday. So what I normally do when I'm gonna start these challenges, I really get into the energy. I begin feeling into the energy. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna don't know where we're going with this, but at the moment, I'm just gonna start doing heart chakra meditations for myself. And in that meditation today, I asked my higher self, what does love feel like to me? And initially I was seeing there was really beautiful colour visuals and fabric visuals coming through, and the fabric was a bit like, I can see what the fabric's like, it's over there but I don't want to get up, but like that kind of furry, shaggy kind of like rug type feel or look, that kind of material. So kind of like you could lay on it and it's all soft and it's textured and it's touchy-feely. In terms of the colours, what I was seeing was initially what I felt was a really pale blush pink, but as I then began to focus, I was seeing a peach, like peach tones begin to emerge, and I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm really like just really kind of feeling into it and enjoying how it feels. And there was kind of a little kind of moment where I suppose my non-higher self, me, Sonia, kind of stepped in and was like, ooh, love will feel like getting your bedroom done and having this kind of feel of it. You still haven't done your bedroom since you moved into this house 5 years ago. You need to get that bedroom done so that you walk into that bedroom every night and feel what love is. Because ultimately, I'm going to make my bedroom how I want it to be. Like when I finally get it done, like it's going to be what I love, the colours that, like things that I've never had before, in terms of like the colours, the feel, the texture, the energy. So that's what my initial kind of, I suppose, like human Sonia thought. I mean, I am human, but anyway. The next thing that then started coming through, more so, it wasn't so much a visual, but I started kind of hearing, cafe creme palettes. So that cafe creme palette being quite those neutrals, those beigey and cream tones, and soft browns. I was like, okay, nice. That's nice. That's a really nice kind of neutral feel. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a neutrals girl. I like a bit of colour. And then I was kind of then hearing my guide saying, love is neutral. So then that, as I came out the meditation, I began thinking, okay, like, yeah, when we're looking, I suppose we can put negative connotations on like that word neutrality, can't we? And we can kind of see it as like sitting on the fence and not making decisions and not taking actions and not taking a side. And very much in life, you do need to, as nice as it is, to be in an energy where you're kind of just there and you're expanding into it. And I'm kind of in a sense thinking of like like those feminist or feminine even characteristics, and being in that creativity and being in that void space and being even in that chaos. But at the same time, for things to be able to take shape, we do need to bring in those masculine principles, and we do need to take action and make decisions, or else we're just going to be sitting here like nothing gets done. Both are necessary. And thinking then about the love that we know and generally experience as humans. There's a lot of expectation. There is a lot of conditions placed onto it, and unconditional love does not hold that expectation and conditions of the other. If there are conditions attached to your love, how is it love? And if we place limitations on how much we show up in that relationship just in case I get hurt again, just in case they let me down, just in case, placing all of these just in cases over love. It's not love. But that's the truth of it. It's not love. And I think so many of us think, feel, believe we know what is and we've experienced love, and actually we haven't. Love is love feels like peace. Love lets you go, or we let whoever go when there is love there. And a lot of the time in relationships, we don't want to let someone go, or we do whatever to hold on to whatever it is. And there are no judgments in that unconditional love. And I say unconditional love, but it's literally simply love. So I was going through this process, and then I thought to myself, with all of those different colour palettes that came up, I want to know what Pantone's colour of the year is. So each year, Pantone, I'll be honest, I ain't got any clue who Pantone is. But anyway, each year, Pantone choose or create a colour of the year. And I just love how this energy works. Basically, the Pantone colour of the year for 2024 is Peach Fuzz. Seriously, Peach Fuzz. By the way, I don't know what tone people think my top is, but I put this top on before I meditated today. So there's definitely, when I got ready this morning, this is the top that came on. And that was like, shall I wear my Pale Pink, or shall I wear this one, which more verges on those peachy tones in a sense? Not quite, but kind of. And this is, anyway, you don't want to hear about my clothes choices. But anyway, and it is not the same shade as the Peach Fuzz, or the shade that I was visualising in. I'm still going on about it. Anyway, let me get on with it. So I'm going to read this from a website called housebeautiful.com, because I just think it so beautifully sums up that peachy energy and love. So 2024 Peach Fuzz. Peach Fuzz is a light, delicate shade between pink and orange. The soft, heartfelt hue expresses the desire to nurture kindness, compassion, and connection. More than that, it fosters a deep coziness as we seek a peaceful future. And I was like, oh my goodness, just lay me down with love. And I feel like the shade has just changed. Like, what's that about? But it was just beautiful. And reading that, I was like, oh, right, hold on a minute. That shade of peach is the colour I relate to the lower heart chakra. I have said lower heart chakra, not the heart chakra, not the higher heart chakra, the lower heart chakra. So in terms of but also actually just take a minute to see how our intuition works. I've asked a question, what does love feel like for me? And I've been shown these lovely kinds of soft fabrics and different colour hues. I've then been given like that cafe cream palette. What I will say is, if I wasn't given the word palette, I would not have looked up the Pantone colour of the year. If I'd just been given all these colours, I would not have looked it up. So I've then been given the words cafe creme palette, the neutrality and its relation to love. And obviously with everything I'm saying, take what resonates, leave the rest. This is just my thoughts, and really and truly it's just my journey. And then being led to that Pantone colour of the year that then shows me the peach, which then reminds me of the lower heart chakra. Now, as we are about to go into these heart chakra sessions, this heart chakra challenge, in my mind, and this has been since summer solstice, a lot of the prep work we've been doing since the summer, which was very much focused on solar plexus and identity, coming into the truth of our identity, is ultimately leading up to activation of the higher heart chakra. Now, we have our 7 major chakras, root to crown. Our 7 major chakras. Other chakras are considered to be minor chakras, but just because they're considered to be minor doesn't mean that they are minor in how we relate to that actual word. I believe, in the way I work, is that chakra system, the major 7, they have to be worked on a good few times over a good period of years before we're able to access these minor chakras. And what I'm going to read to you now, I'll hold this here. What I'm going to read to you now is from Prospect Meditation Tools. And it was their heart chakra meditation that I was doing at the time. And what's great is that they have solfeggio meditations for so many of the minor chakras as well, for 3D chakras, 4D chakras. At the moment, they've been bringing out meditations for the 5D chakras as well. That's going into a whole bigger thing altogether, which I'm not going to go into today. But what I do want to do is I want to read out the definition for the lower heart chakra, because this chakra, which people were going to go into the energy and discover, and like higher heart chakra, you can find loads of information about. Many of us talk about, those of us who work with the chakras, the chakra system, will talk about the higher heart chakra a lot. You will not find many people doing active work with the lower heart chakra. And it's, I'm reading this out because I don't know where my own personal notes are on the lower heart chakra. I began kind of exploring it in 2017. And any information that I don't need to hand immediately disappears from my brain, which is why I journal so much. So yeah, I'd have to go through to notebooks all the way back to 2017 to find what I've written on the lower heart chakra. But here goes. The lower heart chakra is a 3D etheric counterpart to the heart chakra. It's associated with the colour peach and exists in a space below the heart while remaining intrinsically associated. So I'm just going to break here a second and add my own thoughts on it. What I kind of call, as we sort of leave the solar plexus to begin entering the heart chakra, and I don't consider it to be boom, right straight away in the main heart chakra energy. I call it the heart chakra complex, the gateway to the heart chakra complex. So it's like we leave the solar plexus, there's a gateway kind of there-ish, and then we enter into that chamber of the lower heart, up in then to the heart chakra and then to the higher heart. Anyway, so let me just read this all the way through again without any breaks. The lower heart chakra is a 3D etheric counterpart to the heart chakra. It's associated with the colour peach and exists in a space below the heart while remaining intrinsically associated. It deals with independence and security with one's self or self-esteem. A balanced lower heart chakra will allow the individual to achieve a joyful independence and apply their skills masterfully. A balanced lower heart chakra is nurturing, with an abundance of forgiveness for the self and others. It reflects motivation, organisation, creativity, humour, and glowing security. An imbalanced lower heart chakra can cause the individual to swing from extreme dependence to independence frequently. They will be impatient and insecure, lacking good self-esteem. They will diminish themselves often and have a restless, aimless energy that could be outputted to productivity if it were controlled. An imbalanced lower heart seeks domination over others and can be forceful and combative and competitive. what's really interesting is that, again, if we kind of look at sort of how many of us, even if we don't do it necessarily in this, in an explicit way of being, of like, even if we don't explicitly dominate others or explicitly be forceful to them, it's in terms of in our relationships, and be explicitly, I suppose, combative with them. And with that, it kind of makes me think of like the levels of defensiveness that people put up. It can be, sometimes this behavior can be very subtle. Sometimes we can make dicks. Sometimes we can get annoyed with people and decide we're not going to speak to them because they haven't gone along with what we want. So yeah, this lower heart chakra is essential to the activate. And I know I'm not giving any context to this at all, but to the planetary activations that are taking place in this time. So yes, we have the heart chakra, but then what is really essential in coming into like a real balance and resonance with the main heart chakra in terms of that standard seven system, going then into that lower heart energy to ensure that that's in harmony, that that's balanced. And then what we have is, in a sense, it's like those masculine energies of the solar plexus being able to meet with the feminine energies of the heart chakra to bring the balance needed for that self-esteem, to be able to achieve that independence. And I suppose if we've got that independence and there's balance there, that then creates an interdependence within our relationships. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. If you would like to join the free 7-day Heart Chakra Challenge, couldn't remember what it's called for a minute, which is on my app. I'm going to leave the details of how you can join somewhere or another in the comments of wherever I leave this post, whatever platform I leave this post on. And yeah, I hope to see you on Monday, the 4th of November for the Chakra Challenge. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do share, subscribe, and like this post as well. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful weekend.